my name is Cassandra, and in this video I'm going to share 3 mistakes I've done and I'm trying not to continue doing as a beginner writer. So I am currently writing the first draft of my first novel, and the number one mistake that I've done quite a few times is that I've tried to edit my draft. And I mean going back, reading a little bit or checking the previous chapter. Oh, this wasn't written well, let me change it, let me add something here. Oh, maybe I should explain this in a better way. Don't do that. Just don't. This is why it's a first draft. No one else going to read it, only you. So it's okay, no matter how many mistakes we have. It's natural and normal. We should have mistakes in the first draft. And I actually, since I am Greek, there are many English words that I'm not familiar with. So sometimes I just don't remember the word and I write it in Greek. That's fine. You do whatever you can to just finish this first draft. The second mistake that I sometimes still do is what they call a writer's block. I think this is what a writer's block is. Basically, I start writing and I realize that I am at a dead end. It's important to note that I'm a pantser, not a plotter. I know what the end of my story is going to be, or so I thought, but I don't know how my characters are going to get there. And I have found many times that I reach a dead end. The way the events unfolded, they can't go forward anymore. My protagonist cannot escape, not even with any crazy idea that may come up. And maybe a dialogue is going nowhere. Maybe an event happened too soon or too late, and just the chapter isn't really going well. My solution to that and my realization that I also mentioned in another video is that when I reach a dead end, I just need to take a few steps back, basically delete some words and rewrite and try to find another path to follow. Sometimes I need to just further analyze the world building before I continue, but most of the times I don't, and I just need to follow a different path. And for many years, when I had this happen to me, for many years I would just stop writing. I would say, okay, this is a writer's block. I just need to wait until an idea comes and I know how to move forward with my story. But that's not the solution. The solution is to take a few steps back. Sometimes a break does help. Go out, go for a walk, take a cold shower, do something to get out of your story. Maybe it can help. But in my own process, I've seen that the best solution is to take a few steps backward and choose another path. The third mistake that I'm going to talk about is forcing the plot. By the way, I'm not going to talk about all the character mistakes I've done. Let's not talk about that now. But about forcing the plot is something that I realized I started doing as of late, because I really want my characters to go to a specific location. And insofar, there has been no initiative to go there. There has been no reason for them to go there. And I really wanted them to go there. And I was actually afraid that if I let them go their own way, and if I analyzed the world building of the specific location they are currently at, if I analyzed this place too much, then maybe my characters will not go to that location that I want them to go. So I was trying to force a way for them, a reason to go there. And it was just horrible. It was obvious. First of all, okay, now I am on chapter 34, 33, and I know my characters. I know who they are. I know the decisions they make or what they are going to choose. Sometimes I know, sometimes they surprise me. But I know more or less how they're thinking. So when I was trying to make them go my way, it was just so obvious because I had sat down and I was trying to make up reasons for them to go. So, okay, this event happened that it's completely out of nowhere, but it happens. And why would my characters want to go there? Because this event makes them realize something that exists in that location that I want them to go. And the thing is, if the story flows organically and the event that happens in an organic way, in a natural way, then they will have a reason to go there. The reason will come naturally. But because I forced the event and I am trying to force them to go there, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work and it's so obvious. So I had to delete all that. I was actually stuck in that place, in those chapters, for 2 weeks because I was in such denial. I just wanted them to go there and my characters didn't. And I was trying to force them to. I needed to realize that I had to let them go their own way, even if I don't like the path that they take. And eventually the story is going to get there because in that location that I want them to go, because there is something very important there that they need to find, but it's not the right time yet. So I have to be patient and follow along on their journey. And you can see if you're forcing the plot of your story by seeing if the conflict that's happening actually happens in an organic, natural way. So you don't just make the characters argue for no reason just so that you can add a little conflict and then someone is going to say that and then the other will react in the way you want them to react and the readers will read that and you want the readers to feel a specific emotion at that moment, but maybe it's not the time yet. Maybe this argument shouldn't happen at that moment. And we really need to listen to our characters, which can be difficult. In the beginning, it's impossible because we still don't know them. But as we start writing and we keep writing and we keep moving in the chapters, then we really get to know them. And eventually we will know what's natural for them and what is not. And in that regard, after we get to know our characters, we will also realize that some of their reactions in the first chapters were completely off. But we should not never go back to fix those chapters. Never. Open a new document in your computer or a notebook and write down when I get to the second draft. And there, write down the notes that you want to correct in the second draft. Never go back in your first draft while you're writing the first draft to fix it. No, let mistakes happen. Let the chips fall where they may. That's okay, that's fine, that's normal, and that's healthy. That's a healthy first draft, filled with mistakes, with wrong character representation in the first chapters. That's all natural. It needs to happen because that's how we get better at writing. That's how we learn our characters. And it can only happen through writing, not by just thinking about it. Yeah, I'm looking at you who is just daydreaming of their book. Sit down and write it, because you will see that when you write it, something different happens. I don't know how to explain it, but when you write, the story comes to life and your characters evolve. So it's very different to just think about your characters and think about a specific scene and another scene, and very different to actually write it down. So these were my 3 first mistakes as a beginner writer. I am still a beginner writer, but these are the 3 mistakes I've noticed so far in my writing. I am still writing the first draft of my first novel, and I hope my confession is going to help you in your writing journey. So I want to ask, what mistakes have you noticed that you have done while writing your first draft or your first novel?